Hey guys, my name's Addy and welcome to my world. I've been living in Melbourne for more than 8 years. I've been calling this beautiful city, this beautiful country my home since then. I'm standing on one side of Melbourne City. On the other side of the city, there's a protest happening. Over the last few weeks, hate against Indians online has exploded. Social media is full of hatred comments. Some people even made fun of Indians when we were having a war against Pakistan, and also sadly when Air India plane crashed as well. But here's the thing, this is not what all the Australians think. Amongst all this social media hate, online trolls and bad comments against Indians, we find out that there's a protest happening in Australia. It was scheduled to be in Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, literally all over the country. And what's it called? It was called March for Australia. So what's really going on? Is this actually about changing policies or is it straight out prejudice? And why are Indians suddenly on the firing line? How did that change? How did that come across? Today, I want to show you both sides of the story. Why are Indians being singled out? Why are Australians suddenly protesting against mass immigration? And what actually happened during those protests? Before anyone actually hit the streets, the anger had already started online. The comments like people from third world country, Indians should use deodorants, they smell like curries, and many worse ones were already surfacing. In fact, on the flyer of March for Australia, it clearly stated more Indians have come in last 5 years than Greeks and Italians in last 100 years. It's a fact, nobody can deny that. Indians in Australia have risen rapidly. Number of people who were born in India and have migrated to Australia has actually doubled in the last 10 years. You could see online people saying, go back to your own country. If you get third world people, you'll make Australia third world. To be honest, not everyone thinks that. Not every Australian is sane. There were many who were offended by this. There were many Australians who came in defense of Indians and said that we need migrants, especially Indians. Most of the Australians I meet are really welcoming, tolerant, and respectful towards your culture, religion, and race. However, only a small and loud minority has turned this into an hostile environment. At this point of time, many Australians are saying that we already have so many migrants. They have been putting on their point saying that there's a housing crisis, there's traffic jams on the roads, there's healthcare crisis, and they do not want to end up like UK or other European countries. And that is totally understandable. They have every right to come out and protest. So there comes 31st of August, March for Australia. Aussies in thousands came out in Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide, Brisbane and supported their cause, anti-immigration. They were protesting peacefully. They did not want to cause any violence. They even accepted that they themselves are migrants and they're just saying so that they could preserve their land. And amongst those peaceful Aussies, there was also another group. It's called neo-Nazis. They say that Australia belongs to white men and it should stay like that. They chanted slogans like, deport, you're a people of third world countries, we only want white people in Australia. Now, I'm not taking any sides. This last group does sound like racism to me. I don't know why. There's always that small group which drags the name of whole community in the mud. I mean, literally 99% of Australians at that protest were protesting peacefully. They were just putting forward their arguments and were ready for a debate. They did not want to cause any harm. They did not want to create any violence. And 100% they had every right to protest against mass immigration. But that 1% group made it seem like that nobody's welcome in Australia. No Indians should come to Australia at all. And in fact, whoever are living over here, they should go back to their own countries. That 1% made it seem like a racist and violent affair, which it was not supposed to be. And same with Indian migrants. As I said, 99% of Indian migrants who come over here are looking for a better future. They want to respect Australian values, they want to respect Australian culture, learn Australian culture, and also want to bring in their skills like coming from IT background, engineers, doctors, you name it. You know that. But there's always that 1%. Some Indians do lack civic sense, and because of that, whole community has to face racism. Same as those 1% racists do not speak for whole Australia. These 1% of Indians do not speak for all Indians. I want to tell you, I've been living in this beautiful country for past 8 years. I love every bit of this country. To be honest, I love Australia as much as I love India, if not more. All I want to say at the end is, Australia do need migrants. No question about that. But we should change the immigration policies. We should change how they come over here. There shouldn't be any loopholes. So rather than closing the migration, there should be changes in the migration policies. And for my fellow Indians, you gotta respect the land where you're at. Learn the Australian culture, learn the Australian values, try to blend in. Just think about it this way. What would happen if an Australian person is not respecting Indian tradition back in India? You're not gonna like that. Same as in Australia, if you do not respect their culture and value, they're not gonna like you. This was what I took from all of this experience, but I really wanna know, what do you guys think? Put in the comment section, let me know what you're thinking. If I have gone somewhere wrong, please correct me. I'll be more than happy to learn new things about it. And let's just try to end this racism once and for all. And as usual, I'm gonna see you in the next video.